So Nargis, welcome
Yes,
back.
yeah, thank you so much for having me
Is
again.
your did your husband's alarms all three go off this morning?
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, he's right here, all awake
Oh,
and this thing,
God,
and
you're so fortunate to have moral support like that. You need it
thank
in
you.
this business, don't you? So,
Yes,
Nargis has been with us before. She's an excellent technician. I follow her on Twitter. Recommend you follow her, and her Twitter handle is at Nargis007 because she's a technical detective in the market. And I want to ask you on this case, being a detective, after we put in the low in December, this
yes,
rally far exceeded
yes.
my expectations. I was trying to short it at 61.8, 78.6, and here we are just a stone's throw away from new highs in the spider and the SPX. Did this rally exceed your expectations as well?
I think it exceeded everyone's expectations.
Yeah.
Actually, generally, what I see is, or what I try to follow is, whenever there is a correction or some happening price below 55, we generally see an ABC, right? And then that price shoots up to 1618, or some retracement, and then you expect some pullback, and then it builds up that torque, that trampoline jump, which I call, to push you higher. But here we just got a shallow ABC, like only it only did 30, this is only 38% from here,
Right.
and then it went and it never stopped. So I was wondering why it is causing this, or you're thinking like, what's happening. So then I got the answer, or at least my thoughts, maybe not the answer, but some thinking.
Okay.
So I mean, you could go to SPY as well, both charts are same.
Right.
So this is ES, right?
Yes.
And last time when we talked, we said, see, this is so over bloated and it needed to come down. And it did. Uh, it went back again in January, made a new high, trapped everyone right here, and then boom. In two single candles, it was down to, 500 points down from 2800 to 2300. Uh, and what I have learned is the momentum. Look at this momentum. Monthly candle, two big candles, 500 points done in a 2 months time frame. So this momentum, it was too sharp, and it went back up with the same momentum, 100% retracement.
Okay, so you're saying your technical rationale for this type of
Yes,
rally was kind of a yin yang of the
yes.
intensity of the sell-off equals the
The intensity of the
intensity
rally.
of the recovery.
Yes. So
It's
this
not
is the
always that way though. You
all.
could
Yeah,
have
not
you could
yes,
have
but
an intense rally, a parabolic move either way, or and not have uh you could have dead cat bounces off
yes,
moves like
that
that,
is
right?
that is true. That is true, and we can see that also. See this intense rally in Netflix, but it did not come back to 100% retracement. That happens, but I don't know. This is the market, and
Right.
people don't like to be trapped or something. But this is something I found to at least explain myself. uh,
Okay.
and this is we got, and right now we are just hovering at 20 points less, maybe 20-25 points away to the 100% retracement, and that is where we can have a knee-jerk reaction, maybe for a short time, I don't know. But what I was trying to show you was, this is something which I had done uh, after the Jan 2018. So I was looking at the chart, and I could show you here uh, monthly chart of SPY. And this is what I follow personally, or I've been taught to follow is, uh, this is better because it has my 55 EMA here. See this red line, this is my 55 EMA,
Yeah.
and price is moving in waves. So by this 2018, this had completed a third wave, and this according to me was the fourth wave going on.
Okay.
And
Where did you learn Elliot?
this is not Elliott. This
Okay,
is
well, you're
nowhere
probably
Elliott. This is just
third
simple.
wave.
Yeah, this is a simple representation of the swings done on the 55 EMA.
Okay.
Basically, Elliott is very, very deep, and I'll lose myself finding the waves.
Yeah, my head explodes too. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yes. So on a simplistic, very, very simplistic notion, price somewhere comes down to 55 EMA and either does 3 or does 5 waves. By the time it does 3, the price is already very tired. But this is like we are going on for a long time, and this was the fourth wave, and I was here somewhere. That's why I have this curve instead of right here. This should be right here like this. Uh, so this was here, we were here somewhere in January. This was somewhere January here, and then we got a move and boom. That's why I was printing 2316 on Twitter, that this is where the price is heading, and that's where that number came from. Price landed at 55 EMA, and then boom,
Okay.
it bounced from there. So
Okay.
this completed the fourth wave, and this is the impulse we are getting now. So now this impulse can be any percentage of from this high to low, or it can even make a new high pointing to 3000, 3100 as well. That
Mhm.
would be, bringing everyone on board that this is the most bullish market, and then probably uh, then probably just you know spike down, and price can trade below 55 EMA, forming these waves on the reverse side. So that can
Okay.
happen.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that is
Okay.
one analysis I
I
had.
know for someone not doing Elliott, you say things like impulsive, which is an
Yeah,
Elliott term. You
yeah.
say wave five, which is an Elliott term. So, admit it or not, you're integrating some Elliott into your work, right?
um you can say that, but it's nowhere near the calculation. It's very, very simple, price
Okay.
returning to 55 EMA, that's all I do.
Do you know why R.N. Elliott, every time he was walking down the street, waved at everybody?
Ah, no.
Because he was impulsive.
Oh,
But
really?
thank God his wife was corrective.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Okay. Anyway, that's an Elliott joke. Uh,
okay. So
okay.
then,
So are the S&Ps your major instrument that you focus on?
yes, that's my market to see the health of what is happening.
Okay. And is it so you trade both spies and then do you look under the surface at different sectors within the
Yes.
market or any commodity markets or are you just know the spies like the back of your hand, like pit traders that never leave the same ring?
Yes, this is something I do. SPY is like my health check, and every day I note down the where the price is in with
Mhm.
respect to 10 SMA. Okay, so every day around 12:40 or so, I will note down the price. Okay, today my price is here. So this is my price. So today my price is here, and my 10 SMA is here. So every day I just note down. This
Okay.
day did. So that just gives me an average of where the price is going and how it is behaving. Uh, so
Okay.
so so from here, by the time the price came up above 10 SMA to somewhere here, I think it was 44 days.
Okay.
SPY had spent above 10 SMA, and that was a very, very long time. And I was seeing the pressure build that it hasn't relaxed at all. But then we got this a very, very shallow
Yeah.
pullback. All pullbacks are like one day, 1 day move down, and 3 days approximately sideways. 1 day move down, or at least here it was 3 days, and then it's not ready to give in at all.
Okay, so what do you say to your followers that were spectators rather than participating in this rally and they want to know if they should get long here since you're looking for over 3,000? What would you tell your followers with the
I
market in its current position?
Yeah, I would at least not do anything until it decides what it wants to, because it's right there at the all-time high, right?
Hmm.
29.47. So we can have a knee-jerk reaction. So either, some kind of reaction we can
Maybe
expect.
back to 280?
Uh, 280, it's
Get your
possible.
red line there?
Yeah, it's possible. This is 55 EMA. It's possible that it can have some knee-jerk reaction, come down, or maybe just right now it's just very slowly. It's not even rushing. The price is being very smart, and all moves happen overnight. It just goes slightly above and then spends 2-3 days in that range, and then makes another move of 10 points up. So it's very, I don't know, methodical
So,
maybe.
okay, so the overnight moves, is it based upon everyone very focused on Chinese fundamental economic numbers?
I maybe we can give that as an excuse, but I
Okay.
don't think this is
What,
anybody. I
why do you
personally
think
I
that
don't.
these moves are happening overnight rather than, and I've seen plenty of moves during the US session too.
Yeah.
But why do you think we're getting a lot of moves overnight?
Um,
And it's okay to say, I don't know, okay?
yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I personally
I don't
don't
know.
think it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it
See
happens
how hard that
overnight.
was to do?
Yeah.
You feel uncomfortable saying I don't know, don't you?
No, it's not that. I just didn't want it to say
Come on.
something stupid.
Most people do. You know why? Because they feel like, oh, well, I should know. And
Uh,
we can know everything. And they feel like they're not smart if they don't know. But you know
uh,
what? It is smart to admit when you don't know, don't you think?
yeah, okay.
All right. Anyway, that's a little mentoring. So, um, take the pressure off. So, but with the S&Ps here, and you wouldn't do anything, what do you do during the day? It looks like you've been long for a long time and you're holding. Do you protect your positions? Are you long in protecting your positions with stops? And are you a believer in taking partial profits when you have windfalls?
Yes, I do. I do. Definitely believe in taking partial profits in generally one-thirds. When it moves to a certain point, you take half off or you take one-third off, and then have bring up the stops basically. So suppose I'm entering above 10 SMA here, then my stop would be below somewhere here, and then as the price moves, I bring up my stops to break even, then above 10 SMA, and then finally when I know it is reaching my target or whatever extension I had in mind, say 1618 here, then either I would exit or take book all the profit, or put a stop below 5 SMA for my remaining position or whatever position I have left. So
Okay.
just trying to lock in as much as possible.
Do you ever
uh,
trade counter trend? I mean, you can't argue
oh
this is an uptrend. Do you
yes.
trade counter trend?
Oh yes, all the time. Basically, generally all that happen at 30 minutes to 2 hours. Any kind of setup, right? So if price has gone up, a lot, and then we know that at least I know that sometime the price is going to return to 55 EMA on 30 minutes or 2 hours. Then then when it shows the sign, I take a shot, and then let the price come here. So that would be either a day scalp or maybe an overnight, and the reverse is also true. Price moves
Okay.
up, and then you take it, go up, and then you book the price. So you
You
know,
see anything at before the high, say at 29? Oh, these are the spies, but the SPX around 29.25, anything like that? That'd be about, I don't know, 20 pips short of all-time highs, 20
yeah,
handles.
yeah. I think for ES I had the number um, 20. Yeah, I had the number 20. Uh, yes,
17 and
29. Yeah,
44.
yeah.
Okay.
29.17 is where I was saying it is struggling with.
Okay.
It's struggling to get over with. So once it crosses 29.17 and it's trading above that, then we know it has a higher chance to hit
44.
29.47. Yeah, the number was coming at 44, but 47 is right there. And
Okay.
as long as price is trading above 29.12 here, it is good to hit until here. So 29.54.
Okay.
So earlier the price was struggling here, 28.90, and then it spent some time, trying to overcome that, and now it is up above that. So this is the range I had, 29.90 to 29.54 based on, and then you have some smaller. So once this crosses 29.17, we have a good chance, a very, very good chance of hitting the all-time high and maybe some more, overshoot to
Mm-hmm.
somewhere here,
Okay.
probably get some reaction. I don't know what kind of reaction or severe reaction we can get. It can just breeze through and never stop.
Where
Or
was that you posted that? What is that?
on Twitter.
Oh, that was your Twitter feed that you were just
Yes,
showing?
yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
on my
It just
Twitter.
looked different. It just looked different to me.
Yeah, that I had just noted down for you to my talking
Oh,
points, basically. That's
okay.
all. So
Okay.
here, my ES feed would be here.
Do you
Um,
follow, even though you mainly trade the SPY, do you pay attention to the
yes.
dollar and rates and
Um,
outside markets at all, or does this?
Yes, I do. I do keep in mind what's happening, because all of this matters. Because at one point they were very, very closely correlated, but somewhere you see a little bit of I don't know. You may be the best person to answer that, if the correlation is still 100% there or not, because you're the best guy. You trade everything, so maybe you can tell us whether. I know that. With this TLT had gone up, it had broken out around 121, shot to 125, then it's back down,
Hmm.
possibly retesting back the breakout area here,
Yeah.
and and the indices are up. So at least that correlation is there. Dollar, I mean, you are the best guy to talk about it, not me.
Well, I think the market prefers a weaker dollar
Okay,
for
so
multinationals exports. I mean, the currency wars have been all about depreciating your currencies so you have an edge exporting. So,
okay,
okay.
yeah.
So, I think actually once we have a breakout over 97.80, if
Hmm.
we have a breakout, that
Yeah.
will not be a positive force for risk. It may
Okay.
even happen because, it's a tail wagging the dog. So let me ask you, you trade your own account and you're
Yes.
active on Twitter.
Yes.
You're not in the business. You just share your ideas. What do you get out of interacting on social media and sharing your work? Does it make you more accountable because you're actually putting it down and sharing it? Are you looking to serve other traders by sharing your work? Give us your belief system on, since you don't have an axe to grind, you don't have a business model, right? It's just
Yeah.
trading. So
Yes.
why do you do this, and why decide to do an interview like this?
So, as you know this, first of all, trading is a very, very lonely business, right? You are on your own and married to your screen, and that's all you do. So, and specifically, I've left my job, so I'm like stuck in my house in my pajamas, staring at the screen. So, uh, y- you know. Uh,
I know.
it becomes difficult. I mean, you become completely fall off the social radar, and you after some time you forget how to talk to people. So
Yeah, especially if you're a millennial and you're used to texting and conversations are, too much trouble.
yes.
Well, okay, so it's a great reason because you're
Yeah.
right, and you probably hang out during the day with the. Do you hang out with a group of people that you interact with more frequently than others, and that gives you kind of a sounding board for your own ideas? How many people do you say you interact with during the day? It would be like
Uh,
your little community.
yes. So actually, what happened was, then I started, I found out Twitter, and I was posting there and here, and a lot of my friends and my colleagues found out that I was doing that, and they asking me like, oh, hey, what's this stock doing? What's happening here? I have this, I have that. Should I buy this? So all that started, and then a lot of my friends said, make a WhatsApp group and interact with us and teach us and show us what it's going on. So I thought, okay, fine, let me do that. And then suddenly it grew a lot. They called their friends and this and that, and that. Now we have an active group. where we just talk about what's
Fantastic.
happening, stocks. I post my trades and all, and
And
completely.
I bet there are things that your little community sees that you don't see on your own that embellishes. Does that happen for you?
Uh, yes, definitely. And I learn a lot in return, like, because yes, as you said, you become more accountable for your things, you're more serious, you're more responsible, all those things come. And plus, I've learned a lot of patience, and dealing with people, being nice, teaching others.
Well, you know what? I think that you're like all of us. You're ahead of me. You've mastered being nice, Nargis, and that's why besides the fact that you're a skilled trader and a disciplined trader, which is really the key to making it. And as you know, just like Tiger Woods was persevered through, uh, I call him like a trader who had a you know 10-digit account that then went through some difficult times and had
Yeah.
to trade small, and then maybe went through a divorce like Tiger did, and he
Yes.
really had emotional problems, and then from the stress of the emotional problems and his um, sport athletics, his body breaks down,
Yeah.
and he didn't even know if he would ever be able to play again, but he never gave up and persevered, and people have written him off. So the lesson I want to share with you is don't listen to those voices, and even your own, when you're going through a dry period, and
Mhm.
persevere, Nargis. There's no doubt in my mind you're going to be and continue to be a successful trader. And it's really a pleasure to know you. I'm glad our paths crossed on Twitter, and that pips rain down on you this spring, and you have a great harvest going into the summer months.
Thank you so much, and thanks for the great advice. Yes, this is something where you play with real money. All your emotions are 100% charged, and in the thick of the things, it's very easy to make mistakes. And I've done that. I've done that of my share, and I still do, because
Right,
discipline is something, is like an everyday thing, not something you master at.
right.
So I do struggle with.
We learn the most from our mistakes, even when we repeat them. Sometimes
Yes,
we have to, till we
yeah, some.
finally, yeah. Someone said to me, Nargis, Dale, how many times do you have to get hit in the head with a ball peen hammer to know it hurts?
I know, and
Uh,
I would be
I,
something who'll hit it on my head myself.
and I must have been I still get, it still hurts.
I
Anyway,
know.
Nargis, a really pleasure talking to you. People follow Nargis on Twitter. Maybe you could start exchanging some ideas with her, and her Twitter handle is Nargis. Go ahead, give it to the crowd.
Yes, it's right here, Nargis 007.
Okay. Well,
Nargis.
I'll tell you what, Mrs. James Bond. It was great talking to you again, and good luck in Wave 5. And let's keep in touch and catch it together. What do
Yeah,
you say?
definitely, 100%. I follow you and I see your posts, and it's a learning thing. I mean, it's a fortunate thing to be caught with good people early on. Otherwise, it's very easy to easy to go
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah, yeah. Definitely use your discernment, people. And also, Nargis, what do you think of this? That people kind of want to know right away and have immediate gratification and judge maybe a little bit too early. I think you have to give something at least, if you're judging a trader, judging an analyst, a service, at least 90 days to make a realistic assessment. Do you agree with
Definitely.
that time frame?
Yes. Definitely, because it takes at least, as they say, 21 days to form a habit. So how can you? I mean, you went to school, you spent 16 years to get just what, come out of 12th grade, or
Yeah,
undergrad, or whatever you call it. How can you expect to become something an expert overnight? Everybody
yeah.
thinks trading is an overnight business, but it is
My
not.
average answer is 4 years. What would yours be before you started making breakthroughs?
Yes, definitely that long. I'm experiencing it. Some days I am very good. I become methodical. I discipline everything, and then one day I would just crap out.
Yeah, I
So
know. Okay. All right. Well, good hunting, Nargis.
you
And
too.
thanks for being with us again. And we'll do this again down the road. Maybe we'll get back together. Ping me when you think five is completing.
Yes,
Or
definitely.
if you think that there's a sharp pullback, which I'm expecting
Yes.
soon, actually before we make new highs, a sharp pullback, then new highs. So we'll see how it all plays out. And
Yes, definitely.
yeah,
29, 30, 29, 25, 30 to 44 area is
yeah,
where I had my eyes on, and maybe you are.
yeah.
Let's come on, get it done it today.
Yeah,
Start today.
watch that full moon on Friday, okay?
Oh yeah, definitely. Full moon
All
is there.
right. You and your husband could have a romantic evening under the full moon as the S&Ps and crude oil peak.
Are
All
going
right?
down. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, Nargis.
You too. Have a
Adios.
nice day.
You
Adios.
too. Okay, everyone, that's a wrap. See everyone tomorrow. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Good hunting the rest of the day. Uh, why don't you go join Blake and the guys? You're very welcome, Alina. Go and join Blake and the team in members chat. See everyone tomorrow.